Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody guys, let's take a look on the gold market as usual on the second report in this week. So it's really very interesting situation currently on the gold, and in today's weekly report we have tried to put some fundamental background to understand what's the fair approach for estimating the real price of the gold, how we better to do. And we have found interesting material on Bloomberg that provides different approaches to estimating on the real price of the gold. So there are some differences in this approach, but mostly the analysts support the same levels that we have. So we have these levels from a bit different point of view. We are basing our targeting on the technical analysis, while direction we are based on the fundamental approach. They have different approach. They base the targeting also on some fundamental background, and they specify that really gold could reach on average 2,500 level. So we have approximately the same levels, while in general other estimations starting from the 2,300 and lasting till the 3,000 level. So it means that in the long-term view we have moderately positive view on the gold. But at the same time, analysis view mostly confirms our suggestion and what our Elliott wave experts said in our forum that they have announced previously. Initially, as I said, as I feared that we might be in the final stage of the rally, and mostly this idea is confirmed that we're not in the beginning of some long-term cycle. We're in the final stage of the rally that lasts since the late 80s. Although this last part of the rally also could take a few years to be completed. And overall idea is that market could reach some nearest ending new top above the 2000, then it could show deep retracement, and only after that somewhere to the 16 even, 17 even, and only after that will be last challenge and action to this new top, whatever it will be, 2030, I mean to 2030, 2060 maybe, or 3,000 level. So that's common view on the gold. In the technical picture in this week, situation stands a bit tricky because from the one point of view we have factor of the uncertainty, that is the fate statement, and that will be very important for the nearest few months probably, what they will say about the gold and about the financial markets and about the policy that they intend to follow. Second, pure technical reasons that on the daily chart we have bearish patterns, while on the weekly chart we do not exclude the action to the new top around 2160, because there we have uncompleted target of the butterfly that has been tested yet, and overall price behavior that we see here, it is even better looked on the weekly chart, that market for the 5 consecutive weeks stand in a tight range, in fact in the range of this recent sell-off. Usually when the market is driving by the fear and investors really turn to the closing of the positions, the drop takes the furious character and it's just collapsed with the 30%, 50%, and for gold market it's no limitations because commodities could ignore the technical overbought or sold levels and stand beyond them for a really long time. But we do not see this here. But what does it mean? Maybe it could mean that investor stands in accumulation mode when it's just buying dips, accumulating the positions, preparing for the further rally, because this is definitely not the sell-off. That in turn makes us think that chance on the upward continuation is very probable. And by the weekly analysis, those of you who would like to keep an eye on, you can just read the report. In the weekly chart, maybe markets forming the butterfly to the upside here with the same target as the large weekly butterflies around 2160. That's one of our hypotheses. What we could do in this case with the grabbers that suggests the opposite action, that suggests the drop. Well, it's very, very easy to combine both of these steps without harming each other, because grabbers here is mostly tactical. And the minimum target of these grabbers that we've got stands actually below these lows. While market will drop below 19 even, all grabbers will be completed and will not be cancelled. At the same time, the major setup on the weekly with the butterfly will be valid, because market still will be above these lows. In general, guys, on the common week would not consider drop below 19 even, because there stands the weekly oversold level, and it's hardly possible that market will break it down. So that's our answer on this question. We consider first completion of these grabbers, and then that could become the level where we consider taking the long position with a possible upward continuation to the new top in the call. Of course, this is not the single way how it could happen. Most easy way is that market will turn up immediately, erasing all grabbers and just standing higher. In this case, we will be watching for retracement to take the long position. That's most simple way. Conversely, market could show the deeper drop, right, to the 1850, for example, that we're considering initially, where we could take the position. In this case, that will be very good level to take the long position, but we do not consider this level on the common week, because as I said, 19 even is the oversold level on the weekly chart. Hardly market will break it down. Besides, if we will see this kind of action, it's just nasty drop based on, for example, Fed statement below the 19 even, coming close to these lows, of course we will not buy in these circumstances, and we will be waiting for a clarity. If it will be gradual action here based on the graphs, that's what we're considering. So let's call it as our central scenario. Details of this scenario you could see on the follow time frame chart. Here is also why we're watching for this scenario. Take a look that on the follow time frame chart we have very important level around 1878 and 1880 approximately. Why? Because first of all, here we will have our ABC top OP target. As market shows slowdown of the downward action, it's very good for a bullish reversal, because when the CD leg is slower than the AB, that's the bullish sign. It leads usually to reversal from the OP rather than for just retracement. Once OP will be completed, we will get perfect godless triple to buy pattern at this level that give us chances and justify our ability to take the long position. That's the first moment. Second moment, grabbers could be completed. Also the city leg, as you can see, of this pattern could take the shape of the perfectly looking butterfly. That's also potentially bullish reversal pattern. And its 127 target coincides with the OP level perfectly. So we have two different bullish patterns at one place, and simultaneously with the drop to this level, all grabbers that we have here will be completed. So you can see a very nice potential setup for both sides. So if you have the bearish view, maybe you already have taken the short position based on the grabbers that we discussed on updates on the last week. You could keep this position and watch for 1880 area as a potential target. Bulls currently stands in the standby mode and waiting for a proper level to take the position. Gradual action led us to consider this level for taking the position. Fast drop will move us on the next week probably, and in this case we will keep an eye on the deeper retracement, watching for this level. Ignoring of these grabbers and rally immediately above this level will cancel the bearish stop and In this case, bulls were watching for minor retracement for taking the position. But first, I think that we should focus on this stuff because it looks really nice, and in general, it fits to events that we expect to get on the next week, and scenario really could develop in this direction. So let's keep watching. On the gold market, we currently have really very interesting situation.